Hey guys, my name is Nick and welcome back to the channel, and in this quick video I'm going to be showing you how I've magnetized my brand new Impulsor tank for the Primaris Space Marines. Now this tank comes with a whole bunch of different weapon options. Some of them are defensive, some of them are a bit more offensive, and we're just going to show you a quick way and a nice and easy way of how to magnetize to give you that full flexibility from this new kit from Games Workshop. So let's get straight into the video. So the first thing I've done then is build the tank all the way up to just before section 2F, so pretty much section 2E, but I haven't glued on all of the grav plates and so on and that front bulldozer bar just to make it a little bit easier for painting a bit later on. So all of these little sections here I've just left off for personal choice, just for ease of painting. You can put those on just depending on how you prefer to do the painting. So the first thing we've got is the choice of storm bolters or fragstorm grenade launchers, which we can have as an option. Now the mounts for each of these are completely common, so this is where we need to do our first bit of magnetizing. Now I've gone with 2mm by 1mm magnet, so I've got a 2mm drill. There's a couple of little notches on here which aid the standard gluing if you are going to go with a standard build and you're not going to make this flexible. So 2mm by 1mm on each of the weapons, because you don't want it to go too deep when you drill that you obliterate the detail on the front, and there's just enough room on the actual mount itself to be 2mm by 2mm, just to give that extra little bit of pull. And as you can see here, I've done that with all four of these weapons, so the pair of storm bolters and the pair of frag assault launchers, and you can just switch and mix and match as you see fit on each of those. So that's the first one I've done. And once I've painted those, I'll then probably glue the actual rotating turret in place, but leave the option of how to change the weapons over. We could do that on both sides, so I've gone ahead and done the full magnets on both sides, exactly the same as before, so 2x1 and 2x2mm magnets. And there we go, we can just flip and change whether you want to go storm bolters or the frag assault launchers, or the frag storm grenade launchers, sorry. So those are the two options for the front guns. Now it gets a bit more tricky when we start looking at the top turret weapon. So this is, just get rid of these bits for now. So we have options to go on the top. So let's get these little rotating turrets out of the way and let's work on the top section. Now for the iron hail stubber, that would just click straight into the mount on the turret itself. You don't need to worry about any kind of magnets for there. It would just clip in and clip out as you want to add it in. But for the turret itself, there's a single magnet here. It's a 5mm by 1mm magnet, and I've just super glued that into the small recess that you can see on the screen in front of you. Now the reciprocating components are actually shared between the two different options. So the first one is this one here, which is the little mini radar dish, and that is the orbital comms array. So all I've done is remove the little lug that's at the very bottom of the comms array, and put on another, I think this is a 3mm by 2mm magnet, and organised the polarity so that the single magnet underneath the common mount here will magnetise to the top of the mount on the tank, and then actually the other side of the polarity will pull on the 2mm by 3mm magnet on the bottom of the orbital relay or the shield dome. So as you can see here, you can interchange both the shield dome and the orbital relay just on that one set of magnets, just by cleverly using the right orientation on your magnet. Now the other option, which is on the other mount, is the two main guns that we have the option of. So one is the Bellicatus missile array, and the other one is the Iron Hail Sky Talon array. They both share a common mount, which is this box shape. And what I've done is use some offcuts of sprue, glued those into the centre of where that array or the array mounts go. And then again, using 5mm by 1mm magnets, I've put those on the ends of where the sprue are. Now all we do is then apply exactly the same magnets. I've actually used 5 by 2mm just because I got the measurements wrong. 5 by 1mm is a perfect pull. And because you've got the rear of the cannons and the rear of the missiles have a different rear section, you can mix and match those as well. You can actually just glue one of those on because nobody really sees it. But just for the full flexibility and the purpose of this video, we can interchange both the rear sections and the front section. So we've got the different weapon options, and then you've got sort of the exhaust ports for the missiles, and the sort of the back end of the magazines, as it were, for the cannons themselves, the Sky Talons themselves. So front and back are completely interchangeable, and they also fit, if you get the orientation correct, on that same mount for the shield dome and the orbital relay. So if we put it all back together again, we end up with the frag storm launchers or the storm bolters at the front, and then the full variation on the top turret weapon, and that gives you the full flexibility from a single kit with just some clever use of some simple magnets and where to apply them. Now I've left that main mount off from the Sky Talon array just so I can paint the interior, but other than that we are good to go. So there we go then guys, that is my quick magnetising guide to the new Impulsor tank. A nice quick tip video to give you the full flexibility from the brand new kit from Games Workshop that's going to be transporting your Primaris guys straight into the heart of battle. I hope you found it useful. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall catch you guys on the next video.